dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky. This is WYMT Mountain News Weekend Edition.
Good evening, I'm Madison Carmouche. The Kentucky Wildcats are in week 3 of the 2023 season, but one fan has not missed a beat for the past 30 seasons. Jessica Umbro has more on a UK superfan.
If you're going to commit to your team, commit fully.
These are words Thomas Manuel lives by. He hasn't missed a UK home football game in 30 seasons. A streak that started with him and his father making a game-time decision to attend a Commonwealth clash.
The first UK U of L matchup again in 1994.
A game that the Wildcats won 20-14 and gave them the chance to raise the Governor's Cup.
I enjoyed it so much with my dad, I said, I think I'm going to go for the rest of this year.
One year that turned into many, often with his father by his side.
This would not have been as enjoyable if he hadn't been sitting right by my side.
For Manuel, what sets UK games apart from others is the environment.
Being with the crowd, who so love the players as well, the atmosphere, the energy, the electricity in the stand, especially when we're winning, it's like no other feeling.
At times, there was doubt the streak would continue.
I really thought it was going to come to an end then, but as my mother said, he's too determined to miss.
Manuel went through cancer treatments twice, but he was set on continuing to show up for his beloved Wildcats.
My doctors begged me not to go to the game, but I said, I'm sorry, I'm going. So I said, what do I need to do? So they gave me these large orange duckbill masks that I had to wear. I had to completely cover up my skin because I couldn't be in direct sunlight because of the medicine. But I said, I don't care what happens, I'm going to make it.
Through the years, there have been a lot of changes. Different players, different coaches, and different fans.
Even though everything changes, I know that I'm going to be there in that seat, God willing.
But for Manuel, there's one thing that stays the same.
I feel the University of Kentucky, for me, is my home. It's just not the same unless you're there.
In Lexington, Jessica Umbro, WKYT.
We will have updates and scores from the Wildcats game against the Akron Zips in our ARH Sports Overtime. Downtown Cumberland Gap, Tennessee was the focus for the annual White Lightning Festival. The festival showcases the rich heritage of the Cumberland Gap tri-state region. Most people associate white lightning with moonshine and how it was transported, but the White Lightning Festival aims to teach people more about the way of life in Cumberland Gap National Historical Park, as well as the parts of Kentucky, Tennessee, and Virginia that make up the area.
If you go back to the days of Daniel Boone, it was actually 250 years ago this very year that Daniel and Rebecca and their family and some others tried to come through, get to the promised land of Kentucky. That land was the land of milk and honey.
Edie also says that there is 48 to 50 million Americans alive today who have an ancestor who walked through the Cumberland Gap. Kentucky Republican candidates for state offices made stops throughout eastern Kentucky. The candidates were in the Black Gold Festival parade, at a fish fry in Leslie County, and made a stop in Pike County. State Treasurer and Floyd County native Allison Ball, who is running to be state auditor, says it was great to return to her home region.
I love these mountains. This is my home, this is my people, these are my family, and I get the opportunity to represent the whole state, which is a great privilege, but I am in Eastern Kentucky and I'm very proud to represent the region, and of course I know where I'm from.
Also present were Republican gubernatorial candidate Daniel Cameron, Republican candidate for Treasurer Mark Metcalf, and Republican candidate for Agriculture Commissioner Jonathan Schell. And we have good news to update you with on a story we've been following for the past week. On Wednesday, rescuers took in 73 dogs from a home in Estill County. Tonight, the Estill County Animal Shelter says all of the dogs found in the hoarding situation are safe with various rescues. They say they are each receiving the medical care they need, and add a thank you to everyone who has donated and reached out to help. We'll have an update of your weather after the break.